Well, to get more on what looks to be that landmark pact to be unveiled later today, let's bring in France 24's Rochelle Harrison-Pless in Sydney. Rochelle, what do we know so far about this deal, and how significant might it be for Australia?
A new dawn for Australia's defence policy. That is how Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has described this pact on the eve of its unveiling in San Diego. Now, before the announcement, some details have leaked, with reports claiming that Australia will purchase between 3 and 5 submarines from the US by the 2030s, and that they'll be second-hand, not newly built Virginia-class subs intended as a stopgap measure before moving to hybrid nuclear vessels with a British design and US weapon system and components, providing Australia with the creme de la creme of submarine capabilities intended to maintain peace and stability in the region and counter China's growing influence. Now, Canberra is spinning this multi-decade subs deal as a jobs bonanza, as building the fleet will require some 20,000 jobs over the next 30 years in defence, industry and public service.
Rochelle, there are still concerns surrounding the deal. What more can you tell us about those?
Well, for the moment, so many questions remain unanswered, namely, how much will all of this cost? Experts estimate no less than 125 billion euros. So that's a much heftier price tag than the French deal that Australia spectacularly abandoned in 2021 under the previous government. And there are fears here that such a massive expense will lead to higher taxes at a time when everybody is already hurting amid a spiralling cost of living pressures. Now, there are also questions over sovereignty. To start with, there will be a reliance on American officers to crew these larger, more technically complicated submarines. But Prime Minister Albanese is insisting that Australians will be in control and in command. Also, the new submarines won't be in the water until at least the late 2030s, possibly even the early 2040s. And critics say the program could further stoke tensions with China in the Indo-Pacific, with Beijing calling on Australia to abandon its Cold War mentality.
Rochelle, thank you for that. Rochelle Harrison-Pless reporting for us from Sydney.